What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to another episode of my Motorsport Manager career mode. We're back with event number 4 at Tondela, the Portuguese Grand Prix. Last season was a very difficult Grand Prix for us. It's one that I feel like really shows up if your car's good or not. And according to this, our car's still not amazing, 7th, but remember last season we're rock bottom in 10th. So hopefully we can have a better Grand Prix than we did last time. I believe we finished way down the order at the last Portuguese Grand Prix, so we'll have to see how it goes. But off the back of a pretty decent episode last time out, if you did miss it, do go check it out. Pretty decent, I would say, overall. Obviously, the last race we had in that episode with the crash with Prix, that was quite unfortunate, but I'm sure we can bounce back. And actually, let's talk about that crash, according to the interviewer. So, it was a bad mistake. There needs to be an issue with the car setup. Own strategic error. I actually asked her to push. When drivers are pushing, these things happen. To be fair, I think I did tell her to push, so I'm just going to take heat on that on my end, and you know, I'll take the consequences. So shit, her morale goes up, the morale, the happiness of our HQ guy goes down. So that's fine. I'll take the heat on that because I think I did technically tell her to push, and I think she was on high fuel, so I think that may have kind of altered what could have happened there in that situation. But the car repair is going to get done, and then we'll work and see on what we're basically doing. So we've got the gearbox being built in through basically 4 days. So let's have a look at what we're actually doing, just to remind myself. So we've got, well, all these parts look pretty damn reliable now. I would say brakes are fine to remove. Gearbox, I think I want to keep on a little bit more to get up to 90%. Keep these engines on, obviously. And then pretty much when this gearbox is done as well, and I get that reliability up, I think then I want to kind of switch on to half performance and reliability, because, you know, eventually it's not that great if we're just leaving our parts, you know, sitting there at the base stats they are. We're not trying to improve them at all. So I want to try and get that done. But for now, we just have to wait for the gearbox, really. We've got an interview actually about the GMA. So this is about the upcoming vote, which is replacing Tondela Track A with Track B. So that would be literally I think, isn't that the one we're going to right now? The Portuguese Grand Prix, Tondela? Is it not? Is it not? Yeah, it is. It is. So they're changing it from the layout we've got at the moment to Track B, which is effectively just cutting off this entire part here, this little chicane bit as well. So just making it a shorter track. That kind of removes this kind of long bit. So I guess if you had a poorer engine, that new track layout may help. So let's see what the questions are going to be like. Recently, a lot of talk, changing Tondela's track. Do you think it's a good idea? Yes, I think a few changes would be a good idea. Not sure. I would say not sure. I'm really not sure about it. I couldn't tell really from those pictures. Definitely tricky to see exactly what's going to be the benefit. Exactly. I'd rather wait to see what direction other teams are leading before I make up my mind. I'll probably say that, yeah, I probably would say that. I think me answering that probably means I definitely am going to get an email from one of the team bosses saying, hey, I'm voting this way. I'll give you a bit of money to vote my way, because that answer seems that sort of way. But the gearbox is going to get built literally a few days' time, so that's cool. So then we can get moving on with building other parts potentially. But let's fit this on to the reliability. So where is it? Gearbox, new gearbox, right, 40%. So yeah, we'll get these up. I'll remove the gearboxes. So now all we've got is the new gearbox we've made, and then obviously the 2 new engines we made. So once those are up, then you know what? I'm going to move it now. I'm going to move it to about 525. I think that's all right. That's decent. 7 days after the race, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So new parts. What should we design now? So engine's green, so that's fine. Brakes good. Low speed's kind of good. So one of these 3. Gearbox we've just improved, so no need to do that as well. So basically one of these 2. I would say maybe rear wing. Let's take a look at the calendar and see. I think there are quite a few races later on that maybe do have high-speed crucial. High-speed crucial there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's 4 at the moment. That's quite 5. So we got 5, 6. So we got quite a few that need high speed as well. So let's work on that. I think that's going to be a good part to work on next. So do we do just an iteration, or just do we go for performance right now? I would say probably just for performance, but because I don't think I'm going to work on getting a risky part of the rear wing just quite yet. So I think I want to go for just the actual performance. And that's actually quite a cheap part, you know, near enough $500,000 there. That's all right. That's decent. Right, with GMA votes come up. Also, the new part's basically going to get built literally within 20 hours, so that's kind of cool. Right, okay, here we go. So this will benefit. So this is the kind of important part. So this will benefit teams that perform well on track B. So pretty much the kind of lower end teams, apart from maybe Van Dort. Van Dort's got that kind of amazing Dutch driver there. I think it was De Graaf, isn't it? So that's the kind of odd one out. The rest of these teams are pretty much the lower down teams, and then this would not benefit the top teams. So, and it doesn't even have the fake Mercedes team, so I'm guessing it doesn't affect them. So in terms of what I want, I would rather it benefit the lower teams than the higher teams. Mix it up a little bit. So I don't have any more votes, though. I don't have any extra votes, so I may as well actually just abstain, because as I said, I'm not really bothered. So actually, I'm just going to save my vote, because I don't really care too much, so may as well just save my vote, because there may be something. Actually, I want to look at that. I want to see if there's a vote later on that's going to be more to my liking. So that got rejected, so we're going to stick with the track layout we're going to race in this next race. So let's see. Points for the top 8. See, something like this I might want to look at. You know, points for top 8 or 9 drop. What? 9 drop? Oh, okay, so reducing the number of tyres for the weekend. Okay, I thought for a second that meant 9 different compounds of tyres. That would have been quite mad. Standard merit payments. There's a small difference in prize money awarded to the top and bottom teams, awarding the top teams at a slightly higher rate than the small teams. See, something like that. That's the last vote in this season. Something like that I would be up for, because as much as, yeah, I was a smaller team, and it would have benefited me to have this standard thing, because now last season we ended up in 3rd, and now it looks like we could be fighting for 2nd in the championship or even 1st. I'd rather have that kind of little difference that we're getting more money than lower teams. So you know, something like that I'd much rather vote for. So I think I might abstain for quite a lot of these GMA votes, to be honest. Right, so the gearbox, no, the high-speed rear wing, sorry. Rear wing's done, so we're going to improve that reliability, obviously. Add that on. Engines are looking good. Still want to bump them up, because obviously that's still been an issue in the last 2 races we did, so I'll still work on those. So I think we're all good now to go to Tondela practice. Oh, we've got an email. Can we get rid of Danny White? He's not exactly the great... What the hell? Where has this come out from, Pernay? No way. -10. Add personality trait. Promise made. Fire What? You can't... What are you saying? You and Danny are the only reason we've got the nurse perk. What are you on about? Danny's like decent. I mean, he's not 5-star, but I think to say we're paying him 60k, he's pretty damn good, I would say. That, like, bang for buck, he's been pretty damn good. No, I'm not gonna fire him. I'm not gonna fire. Why would I fire? He's also got only a year left, so just, you know, sit it out if you want him to leave. I probably will fire him at the end of it and just not renew his contract. Right, time for Tondela practice. In terms of our sponsor objective, I'm gonna be, you know, confident again and go for 3rd or above, even though, you know, history-wise, we're going to be terrible at this circuit, but I have faith that our car can perform a little bit better than it did last year. I feel like our drivers like this car more. That's just bullshit. I don't even know if that makes any kind of difference to them, but I'm feeling confident. I want to be positive about this Grand Prix, even though, let's be honest, last year it was a very shocking race for us. We were going nowhere, really, anywhere soon. Part fitting wise, I think they're all good. We can also fit the new parts that we've got, potentially, I think. Can we? That gearbox, 68%. That's a little bit iffy. Even the rear wing, I don't feel confident fitting those quite yet, even though that's quite a performance boost. That's just not high enough for my liking. So we'll keep with what we've got, giving Pernay the worst reliable parts, because she's got the nurse perk. But actually, in retrospective, it ends up pretty equal. Like you can see on this chart, you've got Pernay's got better acceleration, got better low speed corners, but then Balcazar has better deceleration, a little bit better medium, a little bit better high speed, but the gains that Pernay has in acceleration and low speed are a lot bigger than what Balcazar's got, so it's pretty even, I would say. A few people are still saying that I was still giving Pernay the worst car. I don't think so. I mean, I look at that chart, and I think that's pretty damn equal. And in terms of the nurse perk, I think it makes sense that I should give her the worst reliable parts. I don't even look at the performances. I'm just looking at the reliability column. Basically, it makes sense to give her that because she's got the perk. Right, about 2 minutes to go in practice, and so far, really good. Balcazar, I think, has got all 3 excellents. I think Pernay's near enough there, like, I think 2 excellents and a great, maybe, potentially. I've sent her on a long stint because I thought it was going to be all fine. In terms of the race trim and soft tyres, we might just about get level 3 on both those things. But in terms of, I know I've never really looked into lap times in practice, doesn't really matter too much, but the fact that Pernay's in 5th at the moment, it's pretty decent. But also at the same time, a lot of people on hard tyres, all these guys haven't set fast times on the soft tyre, and most people probably won't use a lot of the soft tyre during the race. I think we're going to be one of the only teams that does a very aggressive strategy on soft tyres, because this is quite a high tyre wear circuit. But you know, as I think last episode kind of showed, I don't really know what I'm doing if I'm not on the soft tyres. I've used that strategy the entire way through this entire game, and I just know how to do that strategy and pretty much nothing else. So I'm just going to stick with what I know. But we did get level 3 on the soft tyre and the race trim, and we ended up in 6th and 8th. So as I said, I'm not going to read too much into it, but decent enough, I would say. But that is quite a large time to be off Flores. But you know, as I said at the very start of this episode, I think this circuit, I think it's like Jerez almost. It's all like Barcelona in a way. Like, I think it shows really which car's the best and not. And oh my, wow, great. Thanks, game. Thanks. 15th and what? The one race where we could have maybe used a front row start to help us, we've got actually one of the worst randomized grid positions that we've ever had in a while. Right, okay, this is going to be a very, very testing Grand Prix. Right, I'm going to go with the race trim and soft tyres. Not going to do the pit stop guru because we really do need all the help we can get. And, oh, I think I know why Pernay wanted to fire Danny now. She lost the nurse perk. Well, that's awkward. Moving on. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now why she wanted to fire him. 10 to 12 laps. We'll look into that after this race then. 10 to 12 laps. So I'm going to go for 12 laps of fuel there. I'll do the same for Pernay as well. 12 laps of fuel. Actually, we know she wears her tyres out more, so I'm going to go for 10 laps of fuel. Really under-fuel her, because I think she's really going to wear out her tyres quite a lot more than Balcazar. But we'll go for overtake and pushing, actually, as usual now. 3rd or above, 1.3 million. I'm thinking I think we're going to get ready to lose some money this weekend, but hey-ho, let's go and see what we can do. We go to 5 red lights for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Come on, please. We've got to do better than last season, at least. 5 red lights are out, and it's been an okay start, but once again, Balcazar gets stuck behind a car. As we go into turn 1, though, nice little dive bomb there from her, and she's up into 12th place, maybe around the outside for 11th. Go on, up into 10th. Okay, looking decent. Pernay, meanwhile, in 16th place, equally now, looking, you can see, made a move on the back straight. Come on, maybe down the inside. Oh, she thought about it. There, down the inside. Now she'll make her way through. Look at this. Our drivers are really picking apart the grid. Going around the outside, up into 11th, 9th, looking decent. Pernay now maybe goes down the inside of Balcazar. Ooh, very, very close. Through the final corner, loses some time. She's down to 12th now, potentially. Nope, keeps it in 11th. Balcazar in 9th. But looking decent. Already, I'm going to go to neutral now for both these drivers because, well, the tyres are really going to go off, aren't they? We're going to go down to high fuel mixture as well. And we'll leave it at that now. And, oh, our 2 drivers go side by side, banging tyres. And Pernay is maybe just going to get this up into 9th place. Balcazar moves down to 10th. So that was very, very close. Round the outside to 8th now. And Balcazar makes the move down. Oh, I'm liking this at the moment. I'm liking this. We're actually witnessing a lot of this action right now. Usually I don't get to see a lot of the moves because I'm too invested in actually just looking at the strategy. But this time round, just watching our 2 drivers race around, making some nice moves actually. So 9th and 8th, I think that's been a very, very positive start to this. And in terms of our reliability, front wing's very, very poor. For both drivers because we haven't really concentrated on the wings because those are kind of the fastest things you can fix really, but engine wise we're looking good, so we could actually use a bit more rich mix. But at the moment we're up into 7th and 8th, so both our drivers basically picking apart the grid tactically, kind of teamwork a little bit. Although Balcazar tried to make a move down the inside, didn't quite work. Pernay's flying at the moment though. She's doing really, really well. I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Right, sit rep on lap 5. Pernay's still in 6th place. We've got Balcazar in 8th place, so it's calmed down a little bit. But you can see, oh my, no, what on earth has happened there? Balcazar just lost 3 positions or something. I think she got stuck behind this 7th car, whoever this is, Stramby. So Balcazar unable to overtake. So Pernay really is showing what she's got, and she's making up for the crash from last time out. And now you can see centered by the GMA. So yeah, Balcazar's having a bit of a torrid time. You know what? Let's if she is, let's just try and help her out a little bit and not ask her to push. Whereas with Pernay, all is okay in her world. I think we could probably go 1 more lap, I would say. 1 more lap of pushing, and then coming in at the end of this lap, the next lap, I would say. So let's speed this up. So we're going to come in at the end of lap 7, basically. So when she crosses the line, I'll go up into overtake mode, pushing, and then yeah, we'll pit in end of this lap. So another set of soft tires. So she went 7 laps. So that's quite short stints, but I didn't think it was going to be anything different. So let's fuel her up for I want to say 9 laps of fuel. 9 laps, 8 laps, 8 laps, 8 laps. We'll fuel up for 8 laps. Don't need to change the front wing or rear wing right now, so we're all good on that. And we'll just go with balance. Don't want to risk it. Don't want to risk it. I'll just go with balance with her. So she'll come in that lap, whereas with Balcazar, I think she'll go on for 1 more lap after this. But I'm telling her to push just to try and get a move on here, because she's found it quite difficult to really get past on these drivers. So at the moment, she is struggling compared to Pernay. Let's see if she can get past 7th here in this battle. Pernay's got pretty much clean air, so there's no battle there. There you go, down the inside. Lovely work, love your work. Right, through the final corner. Okay, now we're going to go attack, pit, soft tyres, fuel options. We'll fill up for, that was 8 laps, so we'll fill up for 9.76. I think Balcazar needs some extra fuel to push, because it doesn't look like she's liking the circuit as much as Pernay, which is kind of ironic, because she got 3 excellents in the sit-up. We'll go for balance as well. So Pernay had a good pit stop. Nice, no mistakes there. Good to see, good to see. So we're going to push on the outlap. We're going to go straight to neutral, actually, because the tyre temps are already in a good enough region that I don't want to risk overheating Pernay's tyres, because that actually worked quite well. I think a big reason why Pernay did well that first stint was because we didn't overheat the tyres at all. So that's good, that's good. Right, Balcazar, good pit stop for her, We'll go back down to this. That was the combo that was working well, neutral and high. Balcazar pushes out the pits, and we'll also put it on, yeah, I'll go neutral and high again. Let's see, she makes her way up into 11th. Maybe up into 10th soon. Come on, down the inside. Ooh, there we go. Around the outside now. Lovely, lovely stuff. Up into 10th. And Pernay is actually up into 1st. Well then. Well. Now my heart's going to start pounding, because we've never been in this position, Pernay. Interesting. Right. We're going to have to try and play this quite tactically here. You're going to have to see and monitor the pace, and we need to try and basically stretch this gap almost. We've got a few parts looking iffy for Pernay. She's saying over the radio that front wing and rear wing will probably have to be changed at some pit stops. The thing is, I think we are going to maybe have to make 2 pit stops potentially, so that may not be too much of an issue. We definitely will have to change that front wing soon. I'm going to go back to high, because it looks like the tyre weigh is now kicking in quite a bit here, so need to try and judge this right. But at the moment, we're being kept honest by the person in 2nd place, but we're not kind of falling dramatically into their clutches. But at the same time, we're definitely not getting away from them. The gap's 8.5. You can see it's pretty much staying like that. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see how this pans out. Meanwhile, for Balcazar, she's up into 4th, so she's actually done really well as well. Let's go pushing. She's got a bit more tyre wear in the tank, so let's push with her. Try and see what she can do in some clean air there. But Pernay, I'm liking that. She's liking this as well. That's the more important thing. She's liking this, just neutral and high, not really pushing too much. She's probably got 1 more lap in it. Although, you know what? Let's push in this lap. Let's do an undercut. Be a bit safe, because otherwise those tyres are going to go off the cliff. And to be honest, it's actually perfect, 7.7. So, right, another 7 laps. So let's fill up for 8.46. Yeah, 8.46. Part condition, let's fix this part. Not going to fix the rear wing just yet. We'll go for the balance pit stop. Play it nice and safe. Right, she'll come in this lap. Liking that. Comes in. Please, no mistakes. Oh! Mistake on the tyres. Please go down. Come on, where are we? We are in 3rd. Okay, decent enough. Go back to new. You know what? Pushing for a little bit. And then I'm going to put on neutral later. Just like pretty much, I'd say now. Let's go back down to what she was liking. Whereas with Balcazar now, let's slow this down. Do we come in this lap? She's probably got enough tyre wear for 1 more pushing lap. So let's go attack mode for 1 more lap here. 1 more lap of really outing the attack. And then we'll come in at the end of this lap. Right, so she went 16 laps, so she did 8. She did 8-8 again, so she can go another 8. She could potentially get to the end of this Grand Prix. She could get to the end of this Grand Prix. So we'll give her 9.45. 9.45? Yeah, 9.45. Front wings, not that iffy, so let's leave it. Let's leave it. We'll go for the fast pit stop. Let's risk it. Let's risk it. But she can go to the end of this Grand Prix potentially if her tyre wear is good enough right at the end of this stint. Of the final stint. Whereas with Prix, I don't know if she can go to the end. I would like to think so, but I highly doubt it. And also, because we're using that fuel on a high mixture, we probably have to pit again. But her tyre wear is going to be too poor, so I think she has to pit anyway. Balcazar, good pit stop. Nice. Right, she'll push out. She'll push out. 9 laps remaining. 9 laps remaining. Right, so lap 19, the plan at the moment is we're pushing with Prix very, very hard on the fuel, very hard on the tyres, because we are going to have to make an extra pit stop because she won't get to the end, even fuel on and tyres. So we're into first, so you can see the other person did have to make a pit stop as well, so it's going to be close. I don't know if we'll have the gap, but I'm pushing as hard as we can to try and get this gap if we can. And I may pit this lap with 5 laps remaining. I think that'll be just enough to maybe get it in and come in. So let's pit and let's just pray a little bit. So how much fuel do we need? We'll need 4 laps. 5 laps remaining after pit stop. So we need, what's the engine like? 48. So that gives us, yeah, 5.63. That's enough of fuel mixture, I think, to give her. Rear wing probably needs fixing. Right. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Fast pit stop. If we go balanced, that's going to add 2 seconds on. I'd rather... let's go fast. Let's go fast. Come on, we have to risk it. We want to try and get this with Prix. Come on, I really do want to get something with Prix here because, you know, we've not treated it equally this entire time. Let's try and get her this win if we can. Comes out the pits in 2nd place, but crucially, we are there. We are there. Come on, let's push. Let's get this win. We've got the pace. Balcazar's front wing's failing. That's very, very poor. Oh god, we need to maybe... God, we need to make an extra pit stop. Balcazar now. I didn't think I'd be saying that. Right, 4 laps remaining after the pit stop. Add 1 more fuel. Fix that. Fast pit stop. She'll come out in 6th, it looks like. We have to change that front wing because it's at that point where it's basically broken and come off. So, yeah, we need to... Actually, wait, hang on. Can we... Is it actually broken? Like, is the lap times going to be that bad? Because if they're not, we could just go to the end. Is it really going to be that bad? Because it's not like it's fully off, is it? It's just really, really bad, like part condition-wise. Like it just means it's very, very weak. So we could continue going on potentially, surely. And a lot of people do finish like that in the last few races. There have been people that have had those problems. But looking behind us, all these people don't have the same problems. Like now it's got to that point in the season where everyone's got good reliability. So I think probably do have to just pit. So if we do... Fuel options, 4.9, fix that. We'll come out in 6th, it's saying. So we could still get points in the end of the at the end of the day there. Right, let's go for it. Let's go for it, because if it just falls off, then we're screwed. So let's pit, let's pit. So Balcazar has to take a bit of pain, just like Prix has in the last few races. Mistake on the pit stop. That's added 0.15 to the pit stop, so that wasn't too bad. Let's just go and just do it. Right, Prix is pushing. At the moment, let's go attack now. Overtake mode. Let's try and catch up. We've got 2 laps remaining. Come on, please. Please, please. We're getting quite a bit here. We're going to go on pushing because as the tire temp goes up, attack mode becomes less effective, so you need to go down to pushing. She's got a park condition. What's that for? The front wing. Continue going on. Come on. Oh, first place got an issue as well. First place got an issue as well. No, ignore. Keep going. Go on. 2 laps remaining. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Come on, Prix. Yes! Come on, get in there. Come on. Okay, let's just calm down here. Let's calm down. Okay, 1.8 of fuel. We're good on the fuel. Front wing, not so much. Balcazar is up into 5th, so she will get points. Where is 4th? Just up the road. Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Okay, that's fine. Right, Prix crosses the line. Final lap of the Grand Prix. Both these drivers have issues. Right, come on. Let's get this to the end, please. Come on. High fuel mixture, overtake mode. Going to wait for that to not say excess fuel. Going to go medium, high, medium, high. Overtake mode. Come on, get to the end. Cross the line. First place for Pernay. Get in. Get in. And Balcazar's going to come through. She has low... Oh, God. She has low fuel. She'll just come through for 5th place on the line. Oh. So, double points paying position. And Pernay gets a long overdue win. That is absolutely awesome. Who would have thought? I was so negative about the Portuguese Grand Prix. We remember where we were on the grid. We were like 15th and 17th. That is absolute turnaround. Absolute turnaround. 1st and 5th. Get in. There we go. 1st place trophy. Lovely stuff. So, in terms of the Drivers' Championship, we move up into 2nd and 3rd. Looking nice. Looking nice. And in the Constructors, we are in 1st by 3 points. It's a good start, but remember, crucially, let's bring ourselves back down to earth. At this stage of the season now is where basically all the reliability goes up for pretty much every team across the board, and it's where we maybe start struggling. So we're just going to have to keep ourselves grounded, try our best, but I don't think we're going to stay here for too long. But Danny White's got the nurse perk back. So, after all of that, Danny's got it back with Pernay there. And we've got a new unlock for Balcazar, Risk Taker on the pit stops, which is the same perk we had with the other mechanic. So, funny how that's worked out. But yeah, there we go. We got a nice bit of funding there. Top job. Right after that, we've got 2 new sponsors for slot 3. So, we've got Cupcake and Transantarctic. We've also got the US Grand Prix coming up. And we've got this 4 times bonus. I believe it's in the next... Oh, that's... Wait, how many races? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 6 races. How long is that going to last for? Oh, that's going to be spot on. That's going to be spot on. Definitely have to take that then. Definitely have to take that. Because that will be 4 times bonus for the USA Grand Prix. And that's a lower objective. So, for sure, going to take that. So, that's going to be a nice thing to have in a couple of episodes' time. Right, in terms of designing more new parts. Right, we did the rear wing. I feel like, should we do suspension? I mean, it doesn't come up as crucial ever, really, that often. Let me look at the next few races, what we could... actually, you know, I want to basically look at these races, because eventually that's the part we're going to use for those. So, suspension's crucial there. Top speed, top speed, top speed, yeah, it looks like just... Let's continue just working on the engine, I think. I think just another engine, maybe. Because we did talk about, obviously, now we've got unlocked, great, so... Let's see what we can do here with a combination. Right, so this combination, although it's got no real improvement to make, like you can see it's 1605 will be the base that it comes off with, and you can only improve it to 1613. If we go to here, it's actually a lower maximum rate, so really this is actually one of the best combinations we could hope for, because it straight away gives us the max performance. We just have to do a lot of work for the reliability, because it's minus 20 on reliability there, but that's fine. But that will give us such a good engine. So, yeah, for sure. One day after the race, let's get that done. So, nearly 2 million. I think that's a good investment. That's going to be a really solid engine for the second half of the season. Right, time to go to the Russian Grand Prix practice. In terms of the sponsor, what should we go for? We could go for second or above and maybe be a bit ambitious. But at the same time, I feel like playing it safe once again. Just go with the safer option. Just one less position to maybe get... I don't know, because it's one more position, and we would get 100k more. It's just not worth it. I'd rather just, you know, have the, 100k less, but definitely be able to maybe get 3rd, hopefully. Tyre wear is very high at Russia, very much like kind of Portugal, but obviously now the fuel burn's very low, so it's kind of a bit different, because Portugal is quite tough on fuel as well. But we're going to go with the usual kind of soft set, really, as I said, in Portugal. Really the only thing I know. Part fitting wise, I think we can now finally fit some of the new parts. So, we've got... okay, I'll leave it like that for brakes. So giving the better engine to Pernay, that's fine, I'm good with that. Front wing wise, giving Pernay the better front wing as well. But then the better gearbox I will give to Balcazar. I'll give the better rear wing to Pernay. So she's content. So she's happy, she's content. So that's pretty decent. What happens if I swap these round? Okay, she's unhappy and happy. So I'd rather have this. I'd rather have happy and content rather than happy and unhappy. So... that's decent. So basically we need to maybe do some leveling and maybe see what part we need to actually get to maybe just make it like an equal fair opportunity. I don't know. What can I change? Because I want to basically try and see if I can give him literally the same happy. See, it's very tough to actually balance it. Okay, see, if I give her the better gearbox, she's content, she's happy, and then it's the other way around. So basically, this is the kind of deciding factor, really. But you know what? Since she got the win last time out, I'll give her the better gearbox there. She's on a roll. She's got a bit of morale, obviously, from that race win. So let's give her a little bit of a boost and give her, keep her happy for the next race weekend, because we could have another good one here at Russia. But looking all good. It's going to be clear in practice and heavy rain for the race. So I think this practice session is going to be pretty pointless. But, as per usual, we'll see how it goes. Right, about a minute and a half left to go in practice, and I think we should once again, thankfully, tick over to level 3 for race trim and soft tyres. Setup-wise, I think Balcazar's on 97%, Pernay 96, 2 excellent and a great for both of them, looking okay. As I mentioned just briefly before practice about the whole low fuel compared to Portugal, which seemed like high fuel, but I can't exactly remember what it said. Potentially could be the same sort of race. I'm hoping that maybe we can, have that decent pace where we are doing a pretty aggressive strategy, but we have so much more pace than everyone else who was in Portugal. Pretty much most of them were on mediums and hards the entire race, whereas we're the only team that really used the softs the entire race long. So hopefully we can do the same sort of thing. But again, on the flip side, thinking back to other Russian Grand Prix we've done, it's always been quite tricky because the tyre heating at Russia is very odd. I think if I remember correctly, at Russia, the tyre temps just love to be low. Like, it's a very cold track. So it's a little bit odd, and I think it plays into the AI's kind of hands a little bit. But we'll see. Once again, looking okay in terms of pace in practice. Obviously not reading too much in, but come on, let's click continue and pray a little bit. Pray with me, guys, and pause the video a little bit, do a little bit of praying, and let's pray for a good position in the grid, please. Please, come on, please don't be 15th or 17th. Just give us like a 3, 4, 4, 5. Maybe even a 1, 2 if you're feeling really generous. Great. Thanks, game. Thanks. Thanks. Right. Soft tyres, race trim. Let's go with that. Soft tyres, race trim. Let's go with that. It's going to be raining at some point in this race, apparently, as well, remember, actually. So, should we put an intermediate sort of thing on here? Maybe if it's going to start raining by about lap 8, not lap 8, sorry, lap 9, 10, most of the race is then going to be in wet conditions. So should we really even use these? Should we choose something else? We could go for risk taker for Balcazar to get a faster pit stop, and then go for intermediate, light-footed maybe. Not sure. You know what? Let's go for soft tires with Pernay, because I don't think if it said heavy rain, so I think it's going to go fully heavy like wet tires. So intermediates won't play too much of a factor, I don't think. But for Balcazar, let's take risk taker, just so if we do need to make some extra pit stops for those wet tires, intermediates, we can go a lot faster. So yeah, let's go with that. Setup wise, tires will hold out for 10 laps. That'll be... that's just not enough, is it? To basically go... Okay, we're going to have to... Okay. Plan of action. We're going to try and take our tyres all the way to the point where we can maybe cross over to Inters. It's going to be very difficult, but we'll try it. I'm going to go with 14 laps of fuel so we can really use the rich mix to counteract the fact I won't be pushing them on their tyres. This may horribly backfire on me, but I want to try and take it all the way to the Inter period if we can. Probably won't be able to, but if we could, that would be awesome. Right, pushing, overtake mode. Let's do this. Okay, Pernay, you're going to have basically the best start in your absolute life. 5 red lights to the Russian Grand Prix. Balcazar on 5th. I'm going to focus on Pernay 19th. We are off. Is it a good start for her? It's a pretty average one, to be honest. But into turn 1, will she make some moves? There she will. Dive bomb Sentry up into 16th place. Around the outside of the triple left-hander. Let's speed this up. Come on. Stuck in 17th. Balcazar's in 4th, meanwhile. So decent enough. Gonna leave it like this for now. Then I would say by the end of lap 1, I'll go to basically what I was doing in Portugal, which was the kind of neutral pushing. Seemed like a really nice level moment to be in. Like this was working a treat in Portugal. So let's leave it at this. Oh, safety car. Ooh, okay. Safety car. Ignore. Pause. Safety car's out. Right. Save fuel. Save tyres. Save everything. Right, this safety car may be a blessing in disguise. This could actually help us get all the way to that into period. This could help us massively to do that. Pernay's had a really good start as well, up into 13th, whereas Balgazar's only gained 1 position, so very, very good start from Pernay there to get ahead of all these hard tyre runners that could have held her down. So now it's a bit more kind of what the pace would be like for us. And people have come into the pits. There have been some people in the pits. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, Balgazar's in first, Pernay up into 8th. Those people don't think they'll be able to get to the inter-period. Okay, interesting, interesting, interesting. Right, safety car's coming in. So I'm going to slow this down because we need to get ready to go, basically. As soon as safety car comes in, it goes green. I'm going to pause if we can. Right, let's go. High, neutral, overtake, neutral, actually. Overtake, neutral. Let's go overtake mode on the engine because we've got so good. We've got the levels on the engine to basically go overtake mode. So let's do that. Balgazar keeps first place, Pernay up into 7th, so I'm going to focus on Pernay now. She's the one doing the overtaking, so hopefully Balgazar can just do her thing up front. But we're going to try and get up into 6th place if we can. Nice stuff, nice stuff. Maybe up into 5th on this next straight. Good exit on that corner. Come on, into the final complex. Ooh, close stuff on the main straight. There we go. Pernay up around the outside. Oh, it's a beautiful move. Up into 4th, double overtake around the outside. Lovely stuff. I must say, this episode, I've really enjoyed just watching the actual racing. Like, usually I'm too focused on the buttons and all the menus to actually see the racing in front of my eyes on the cars. But Pernay's made some lovely moves this episode. Really, really nice. Right. Looking good on pace. Fuel, as I mentioned, we're fine. We overfueled. Engine's fine, so we can continue like this. Using the engine to basically counteract the fact we're not pushing the tyres too much. Right, lap 9 at the moment. So let's pause this. Take a bit of a sit rep moment at the moment. Right, 1st and 4th, tyres, getting to the edge, and I really need this rain. It's going to start next lap, so I really need it to come down quite hard, quite fast. Otherwise, Pernay is going to struggle a little bit. Maybe even need to go conserve right now, just because that's how bad it's getting. It's getting very, very fine. I did think it was going to be a very fine call if this strategy would work out. And she goes around the outside for 3rd, though, so even on conserve, Pernay making a move there. Now the tyre's starting to go off. Someone else comes to the pits. We're going to continue on. Tyre wear looks very, very poor, but I'm just holding out for the rain. Just got to hold out for the rain. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. When it starts raining, it should start raining right now. It should be starting to rain right about now. It should be raining. Where is the rain? Where is the rain? It's going to come down quite hard soon. Ooh, right. Do I pit right now and really risk it? Oh, there's so many people behind me. There's so many people behind me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, do I risk it? Do I risk it? Oh, someone's on inters already. Ooh, okay, I'm going to follow them. I'm going to risk it on inters as well already. It's gonna start off quite poor. It's going to start off not being the correct call, but I'm probably going to lose more time sticking out on the softs that are like 20% worn. Like, how worn are they? 21%. Probably better just to go on inters now. Right, so fuel-wise, the inter's going to go on for quite a bit. So how long do these go for? The tyres go for 13 laps, so we'll fuel up for... I'll probably fuel up for only 9.7 because these inters are going to wear out faster than everyone else because I'll be on a dry track. But according to the indicator, it looks like it's going to be inters to the end of the race, so everyone will have to make another pit stop anyway. So 9 laps will be lap 19... Looks about correct, I would say. Yeah, let's go 9.72. Fast pit stop. Right, Balgazar comes in. Pernay comes in, sorry. Balgazar's already gone past the last corner, so too late for her. But she's fine on the tyre wear for one more lap, I would say. So that's fine. Right, Pernay comes in, and right on cue, it starts raining. Right, please, please let this kind of sort of work. This needs to sort of kind of work. Right, pushing. Right, go neutral and high. Same strategy as before. Balgazar's tyres are now struggling. We'll pit in this lap. Inters, fuel options. For her, I'll go a little bit longer on the fuel. I'll go 11. I'll go 12. 12? Yeah? Because then we have to fuel up less. We have to fuel up less at the end then. And we can use rich mix. So, yeah, I'll go for the balanced pit stop for her. Right, she's going to come in from first place. Where is she going to feed out into? Someone else continues on, it looks like. So Balgazar is going to come out in... Where will this be? In... Yeah, 6th place. Okay, decent enough. Decent enough. Right, use the overtake mode. She's got a bit more fuel than Pernay, so she can use the overtake mode. Pernay, though, on inters. And the pace is looking better. Right. Decent, decent. Continue like this. Balcazar's pushing on in 6th. Catching 5th rapidly. Definitely time for Inters. Definitely, look at that. Yeah, definitely Inters now. Definitely Inters now. Balcazar around the outside for 4th place. Pernay's up into 7th. Will she be making a move soon? She's catching 6th place at the rate of knots. She's already overtaken 8th place. Balcazar comes through and she's up into what will be 1st place as 2nd place. The person we were battling for 1st last race has stupidly stayed out on hard tyres. So Balcazar into 1st place of this Grand Prix. And Pernay catching rapidly in 4th. It's going to be a 1-2 here. It's going to be a 1-2 if Flores doesn't come and overtake Pernay. Flores is the next person that's going to be battling us. So our rival from GP2 and seasons past is right there behind Pernay. Oh, Flores might come and make a move there. Not quite, not quite. Just about hanging on. But yeah, there you go. Flores is pushing everything, giving all the fuel, all the fuel there, and also pushing Max, whereas we're going on neutral at the moment. Right, we're down to 3rd. That's fine, though, because we're going to make an earlier pit stop than Flores, probably. Right, we're catching Flores again now, because they're going very, very conservative. I think Flores is going to try and go to the end. I think that's what Flores is going to do, because they're backing up. A lot of people, everyone else, I think, is going to the end of this race, whereas we're really pushing it. Right, go on for one more lap here. One more lap, and then we'll come in with 8 laps remaining. Right, down the back straight, going to pit in. Inters, fresh Inters. We've got 7 laps remaining. So we'll put 8.3 of fuel because we've got the engine for it. Yep, we've got the engine for it. So, you know what? I'll put in 1 extra lap. Yeah, that's not going to add... That's not going to add 1 second to our time. So that's fine. Right, go for that. Park conditions good. Fast pit stop. Let's take a risk there. Pit in now. And Balcazar's going to continue on for 1 more lap there. Right, let's see. Please, no mistake. Good. Awesome. 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 Pushing on the outlap. Sweet stuff. Balcazar continuing to push. I think we'll go on for... Should we pit this lap? Yeah, I'll pit this lap. I'll pit this lap. Play it safe. Do an undercut. Right. 6 laps remaining, so we'll fill up for... She's got the engine for it? 40. She's not got the engine quite for it, so we'll go for... We'll go for 6.3... 7.34. 7.34. Just enough engine to maybe push it a little bit. We'll go for the fast pit stop as well with her. She's got the risk taker. Okay, max attack on the exit, Balcazar. Let's catch Flores. 6.6 the gap. Let's get her. Meanwhile, Pernay is closing up to 4th place, so I think we can definitely come back for 3rd, hopefully. Don't know about 2nd, though, because I think Flores, the gap's too big to her, but we'll see. We'll have to see. Right, Pernay's struggling to get 4th. Held up. Come on, make the move down the inside. There we go. Up into 4th. Nice. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. We've got quite a big gap to 3rd place, but we should have pretty good pace. And towards the end of this stint, they're going to be very, very worn tyres for the other guys. Balcazar, meanwhile, where is she? Right, where is Flores in relation? Ooh, I can just about see. There we go, over in the distance. It's gonna be a close one. 3 laps remaining. I think these bastards might just get to the end here. Annoyingly, 3 laps remaining. Ooh, it stopped raining. It stopped raining. That's gonna add something to the mix here. That's gonna add stuff to the mix. Right, with 2 laps remaining, the gap's 8.2. It's growing. Flores has got enough pace, it looks like, in the tank. Yeah, I know we're on 6 at the moment, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys. I don't think we can get 1st, annoyingly. Looks like we're going to, with both drivers pitting, we're going to effectively lose 1 position for both of them, 2nd and 4th instead of 1st and 3rd. So jammy. So jammy. The AI just play that long game. And I couldn't play the long game. Definitely not with Pernay. I couldn't play the long game with Pernay because her tyres were gone. Balcazar, I could have tried to maybe play the long game, but I didn't think it was going to be enough. But, annoyingly, there's going to be just enough tarmac for Flores to come through for 1st place. Yep, there you go. Last corner. It's going to be 2nd place there. And 4th. Annoying, but still a decent result. Still a decent result. Could have been 1st and 3rd. Didn't play the long game. And really, in hindsight, you know, if we had made 2 more laps of some interperiod, some proper interperiod, we could have maybe brought that back. But all in all, still solid, still solid. And remember, Flores wasn't doing great previously in this championship, so it's not going to mean too much for the Drivers' Championship, I don't think. So we'll look at that later. Right, 2nd and 4th, so it's going to be a 2nd place trophy. It's going to mean Balcazar stays 2nd, Pernay moves down to 4th. And the Constructors, we still stay 1st by 2 points now to Steinman, who jumped up a little bit. So, overall, still a successful episode. Still just about in 1st place, the Constructors. So, Okay, decent. Guys, that has been a very, very successful episode, I would say. So smash that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And you're around here, and do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. But I think that's going to be good enough to kick it off. Going to get plus just about 700,000 there. Nice stuff, because obviously the sponsor objective was third or above, and Balcazar getting second place. So we're able to get that. Engine's built, so that will be for next time. That nice new engine that only needs reliability work done on it. Awesome stuff. Thumbs up all round, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye.